Alright guys, welcome to Ask Russell. So today's question, it wasn't even a question that really came in. It was sort of a conversation that just came up in the gym. And it's about weight, body weight and body composition and how you're judging the progress you're making and the shape you're in and that kind of stuff. So, and it was kind of like, there's loads of ways to test it. So obviously there's jumping on the scales, there's body fat percentage, which can be done with the bod pod. You'll see at the start of any kind of major rugby tournament, you'll see some training bit of some guys getting in a bod pod where it analyses the gas displaced when they get in the pod and sort of calculates the body fat percentage from that. You can do it by immersion in water, the skin fold calipers and the scales. Those are your most likely ones. The scales that do your bioimpedance, so they test how much resistance your body puts up to an electric current going through it, and then from that apparently can calculate how much fat you've got. And there's obviously how you look and how you feel and how you perform, your clothes sizes and all that kind of stuff. So there's loads of different measures for sort of the progress you're making, the shape you're in. It's always good to feel great in yourself. So that's the first one. If as you're going forwards, you are fitting in better clothes, you're filling your clothes out better, you look in the mirror and you feel better about yourself, then ultimately, if you're not competing in sport, then that's pretty much it. Like, who cares about all the other stuff? Those are all like process goals, just things to go through as you're going forwards, lowering your body fat percentage or lowering or raising your body weight depending on what your goals are. But the ultimate end result is how good you feel. Do you feel great naked? But then also with weight, the worst thing that I find with weight is when people get all pent up about this number on a scale. And to be honest, I'm pretty guilty of it myself. I'm 88 kilos, give or take a kilo on any average day. For some reason, I want to be 90 kilos. Now, I've been 90 kilos before. I got there and I was like, oh, good, I'm 90 kilos. Who's hench? Now I want to be 92 because 92 kilos is 200 pounds. And Americans say 200 pounds, so that's just the next thing, so up you go. And there's that process, you just keep going up and up and up and up. But at 92 kilos, I was pretty soft, I was a bit doughy, I wasn't in particularly great shape. So when I'm back down at about 88, I just feel loads better, and realistically, if I had my level head on, if I had my coaching head on, I'd be like, that's a good weight for me, it means I can feel good, look good, train good, everyone's happy. But people will jump on the scales, they'll come in here, they'll jump on my scales, and they might be 80 kilos, but they'll go home and jump on their scales and they might be 78 kilos, and then they'll give it, oh, why am I different? It's like, well, have you even thought about what's led up to that weighing in? So different scales are going to give you different weights. Just accept that your standard bathroom scales are not going to be like calibrated and super accurate to 100 grams or 1 gram or anything like that. They're going to give you different weights. So you got to use the same set of scales. You've also got to have the same routine leading up to it. So there's no point coming in here at 7:30 p.m. having just had dinner and a drink, jump on the scales and go, oh, I'm 80 kilos, shit. Or, oh, woohoo, I'm dead inch. But when you weighed yourself at home, that was just after you got up, you've been for a toilet, you dropped a log, you've had a piss, and now you're 77 kilos. Oh, I'm a dweeb again, oh no. Or flip that round for people who are trying to lose weight. You've got to have the same routine. So you want to pick a time to weigh yourself on the same set of scales in the same place and use that as your marker. And then realistically, once a week's plenty often enough, just to get a general trend. It'll go up, it'll go down, but is the average of the 4 weigh-ins over a month or the year, is it going in the right direction? If it is, be happy. Don't get stressy if it's up or down a few hundred grams or a kilo, because life changes and your body will hold on to different water and food depending on what you've eaten and what you've got going on in your life, so don't worry about that. And then body composition, if we're talking about body fat percentage, there's loads of errors in that as well. Everyone wants to be like, every guy wants to be single digits body fat percentage because that's where you get abs. But realistically, if you jump on your bathroom scales that do a bioimpedance, that just sends electric current. There's no guarantee it goes all the way through your body. It could just go up your leg and down the other leg. So it's only measuring your body fat percentage in your lower half. Or they're very much affected by your water, how much water you retain, and can give you very different readings. So if you're well hydrated one day, you get a very different reading to if you've just come back from a run and you're sweating it all out. And of course your body weight changes on that. With skin fold calipers, again, you take how many skin fold sites you're doing. We do 8 sites, but you could do loads more. People will do loads less. Where you go around multiple times to get an accurate reading. The sum of the skin folds is probably the best you can get from that, because what that does is it gives you a absolute number with the least error that you can get, assuming the person who's doing it is trained in how to do it. They'll do it reproducibly the same, so you've got a consistent measure to go from. If you stick it into a calculation, you're just adding in error. They've got to make assumptions about the visceral fat that's hidden around your organs that you don't see by just pinching a bit of skin. So there's problems there. You know, your bod pod, again, is assumptions. The most accurate is your water displacement if they immerse you in water. But you know, who's got a bleeding swimming pool that they can, and a full-on rig to immerse themselves in water at their gym or in their back garden? It's not really going to happen. So I've almost just effectively just vomited some information about body composition and weighing yourself there. But I hope some of you kind of think, actually, yeah, like I'm the guy that's always up and down and always stressing, or the girl that's always stressing about what their body weight is, and actually just pull your head together, think about what's led up to it. What's important to you? Are you going in that direction? If you are, perfect. If you're not, then what sensible steps can you take to change it? Don't stress about what the actual number is, because it means jack all. Just concentrate on making quality progress, enjoying your training, enjoying what you eat, and enjoying your life. And shockingly enough, you'll probably start to actually get in the shape that you want to get into. So hopefully that was useful. Cheers, team.